4678. That's 0700 030 4678. So today we're going to be prospecting life insurance in a financially challenged economy like ours. And joining me on the phone line this morning, Akinjide Orimolade is Managing Director and Chief Executive of Stanbic IBTC Insurance. Nice to have you join us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Victor Oteri. It's good to always be in your program, and the way you are talking about insurance, it's something that excites most of us with the insurance industry.
Beautiful,
well done, sir.
Beautiful. All right, the last time you were on this program was sometime in February this year, precisely on the 6th of February, which is exactly about 5 months now. So how are things faring? How would you describe the insurance industry as it stands today?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Terry. I would say that what has happened so far within the space of last year, and this has been in the right direction. For last year, I mean, in terms of the gross premium income that the industry did last year was over 1 trillion, and there has been so much in terms of collaboration, within the insurance space. All the various bodies, the Nigerian Insurance Association (NIA), the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers (NCRB), and also the Association of Insurance Agents, and even our regulator itself, NICOM. They've been able to create a lot of awareness. There has been lots of market storm. So with that, it's making insurance to be accessible to the various insuring public.
All right. So insurance is being opened up and many people are tapping into it. But Mr. Orimolade, we are in the rainy season right now. And at times like this, we have some form of, destruction due to floods and all of that. So does weather really play a role in determining when to buy insurance?
Well, Mr. Oteri, I mean, I wouldn't say, for you to buy insurance, you don't have to wait until flood happens. But flood is one of the items that, one of the risks, that is covered within the insurance space. When you look at the people that insure their buildings against fire and special perils, under the special perils, flood is included.
Okay.
And those that insure their motor vehicles too comprehensively, they can have an extension to cover flood damage to their vehicles. And even we individuals, in the course of moving up and down, we could sleep in the process of having flood here and there, and result in a personal injury. And we have insurance to be able to cater for this.
Right.
So in a nutshell, we should not wait until flood happens, before we take up insurance. I think it's important we take up insurance now, so that at least you can prevent the risk, of flood, happening, and and then it will cause damage to your properties that you've been able to use a lot of money to buy.
All right. So it shouldn't be tied to any weather. That's what you're saying now.
Correct. It shouldn't be. It's important you take it now. So in case it happens in the future, that you're already covered.
All right. NIA is very, very keen at shoring up, insurance penetration in Nigeria. And that's why a program of education, insurance education like this is very, very necessary. The campaign has been on now. We are in the 4th quarter already. But what are some of the factors do you think is hindering insurance from having the maximal growth? Right now, I think the penetration level in Nigeria is hovering around 3 to 4%. Why are we not talking about 20-25%? What are some of those reasons that are hindering the astronomical growth of insurance in Nigeria?
Like you rightly said, with NI and also other bodies, we are creating that awareness. But as they always say, insurance is not but it's sold. So invariably, you still see lots of people that they've not been able to appreciate, the benefits of taking up insurance. And I think it's a process. It takes time. We are gradually building up, that momentum whereby people are getting to know that, when there are these challenges, there are solutions, that insurance can be able to provide to be able to solve that those challenges. So we'll just keep on, pushing it, and then we'll let the insurance public to be able to, know the benefits of taking insurance. And then once it sinks down into the insurance public that these are the benefits of taking up insurance, I'm sure that things will move in the right direction.
Right. Well, some of the people, or some of the things that people really hold against insurance is that I know there's ignorance. Ignorance is very, very high. Some do not really understand how it works. Some are just, thinking, some of those policies that are compulsory is just done by law. Anything other than that, they will not, even tap into insurance. But Mr. Orimolade, how will you convince that butcher, or that market woman, or that carpenter that insurance is very, very necessary? What would you tell that person that will make him really, really change his mind, especially as it relates to the principles that are guiding insurance?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Oteri, for this. I think it's important before I dwell into the principles. I mean, I should just try and make it very simple. You can imagine someone that bought a car, you have the car, and then invariably what the first thing you think about is, oh, yes, for this risk to happen, it's better I get it insured. Let me insure it comprehensively. Mm-hmm. And, for insurance companies, for you to be able to insure your car comprehensively, they will charge you a premium, that you are going to pay.
Right.
So once you pay the premium, you're already on risk. So if anything happens, you understand, definitely the insurance will be able to pay the claims. So looking at this scenario, yes, I bought a car, because I use my money in buying the car. I have a financial interest in that vehicle.
Right.
So one of the first principles we look at is insurable interest.
Okay.
Because you have a financial interest in that property, and then now because once you are feeling, once you want to take up the insurance, you are going to fill a proposal form to be able to say, this is the make of your vehicle. It's going to be parked in a garage, or all those, and then put the name and also all the necessary KYC that has to be part of it.
Right.
So another principle is the utmost good faith. So in filling the form, trust will come in. So invariably, all the information that you are giving are they things that they are based on trust. And then if the claim, maybe you have an accident now, definitely the insurance company will want to, take over the claim. That is when indemnity will come in. Indemnity in the sense that lots of people, they contribute into a pool that they pay premium, and out of that, those that suffer the claims, you understand, or those that suffer losses,
right,
they'll be compensated at the end of the day. So indemnity will come in respect of that. And then there's another school of thought too. You can have an accident with a third party, and if the third party is the one that is guilty, you understand, yes, you can either make a claim because you have a comprehensive cover. Maybe the other person has a third party cover, and invariably, maybe that third party is the one that is liable, is the one that caused the accident.
Right. You
can make a claim from the third party. But once you make that claim from the third party, you know that you can still make a claim too from the insurance company. Okay. So it becomes a double, that is double. It's like you're now making a gain from the insurance company.
Okay.
So if you made your claim from the insurance company, the rights, that you have against that third party, you can now pass it to the insurance company. The insurance company can take over that right. And that is what is called subrogation,
okay.
And then, people that they insure their properties, I can have a property now, I can say, because I like this insurance. I can insure with this insurance company, and then I insure with another insurance company for the same property. So if there's a claim, because two insurance companies are involved, you understand,
Right.
contribution will come in. So in terms of setting the claims, they'll say, oh, what proportion did you give to this insurance company? What proportion did you give to this other insurance company? So there will be contribution.
So they will contribute.
Exactly.
All
And
right.
then, when there's a claim too, we insurance company, because we want to know that, what led to that claim? You understand? What is the cost? So that is proximate cost for you to know, this is what actually led to to this accident. Is it as a result of the fault of this particular person? So those are the various, principles that are involved, in taking up insurance policies.
Right, and I want to say a very big thank you to you for breaking it down for us, because some of these principles sometimes can be complex, but of course you made it much easier. But you know what? There's no gain saying that things are very, very hard out there. We know as we speak today, the prices of pepper, tomatoes, and all that astronomically high. Services very, very high indeed. Inflation at an all-time high, and of course market forces very unstable. So for you and those of you that are insurance, how would you convince us that insurance has a role to play in all of this? So in economically challenging times like this, what role does insurance have to play?
It's something like I mentioned, life itself is full of uncertainty. And then when things are tough, in terms of what we are experiencing within the economic climate, that is the period that we will say that, I bought this property maybe about 3 years ago. When I bought it, it was valued for 30 million. But because of inflation and because of the cost of things, that property has moved to 60 or maybe 70 million. And the question you're asking yourself is that if you don't insure that property, if there's fire at the end of the day, I mean, yes, things are tough. It's gonna be tougher for you. So the essence of the insurance is just to cushion the effect of what is happening within our economy. People that they lose their loved ones too. If they don't have insurance in place, the question is in terms of the education of the children. How do the breadwinner, how is it that the breadwinner is able to cater for this? Because if the breadwinner is not no more, the burden of providing for the children, it falls on the wife. So which makes it very difficult. Yes, we're in challenging period, but then, like I said, if you have all these insurances in place, you know that if anything happens, eventually insurance will just take over straight.
Right.
Concerning lost one, education of the children is guaranteed. Property that are lost, you understand, or destroyed by fire, insurance will take over that losses. Even vehicles too, cost of vehicles there on the high side. But if you insure your vehicle, if there's any accident or if there's a total loss, insurance will always, be there to give that person the necessary succor.
Right. Let's talk about life insurance now, because I know one of your areas of concentration as the managing director and CEO of Stanbic IBTC Insurance is life. So let's talk about that. What is life insurance for those who do not understand?
Yes. Life insurance, I would just to make it very easy. It's just broken down into four areas. You have the whole life, whole life in the sense that you can pay your premium for the rest of the year, until the person dies, and if anything happens, in terms of whatever the claims to be paid to the beneficiary. Then there's the term assurance. Term assurance is the one that based on that definition, particular term, you can say, I want to have a term assurance for 5 years. I want to have it for 10 years, for 15 years. So invariably, if I have a term assurance for 5 years, if nothing happens to me after 5 years, that's the end. But if anything happens before the expiration of that period, definitely, insurance company will be responsible. And then there's the endowment. Endowment is more like you are doing protection and at the same time you are doing savings. Protection in the sense that, yes, it's a life policy, so that in case if anything happens, the period I've taken up this policy, you understand? The insurance company will pay my beneficiary. But if I survive that particular period, whatever money that I've paid in terms of the premium, and then at the same time in terms of whatever the bonuses the insurance company have been able to put in place, I as the policy holder will be able to get that benefit. And then there's the annuity too. There are lots of people now, after they have worked for so long, and then they retire, we've been able to put something in place that, yes, you have retired, but at the same time, at least based on, your RSA, you can pass it to the insurance company, and then it becomes an annuity. So that on a monthly basis, you can be getting something, more like in form of salary again, on a monthly basis. And whatever we have been able to price, if that person lives, for the next 20 years, for the next 30 years, that's what that person will be getting on a monthly basis until the person dies. So those are the various forms of life insurance that we have within the industry.
All right, then Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM Insurance Digest is the program, and I have with me on the phone line Mr. Akinjide Orimolade. He's the Managing Director, Chief Executive of Stanbic IBTC Insurance. Okay, then, so flash update coming in from the control room says due to ongoing construction works, a mixer belonging to the CCECC is parked under the newly constructed pedestrian bridge. That's if you're approaching corn oil filling station at National. It's really affecting the already narrowed path there. And so that's the reason why it is very, very slow. The slow movement being experienced for those of you coming in from Dokpemoen, Cement, Ilezik, is as a result of that as well, coupled with the narrowed lanes at National. But the good news, traffic managers are fully on ground. They are trying to ensure that you have it moving, no unnecessary parks around the road within that particular corridor. We're going to take a short break right now. When we return, we hear from you too. You can join the conversation. Now that's on 08099120777. You can send your message there, and you can also call us on 09153877127. Okay, so Mr. Orimolade will still help us out. How many types of life insurance policies? Of course, he has talked a little bit about that. But who really needs a life insurance policy in financially challenging times like this? He will also respond to that. These are many more we'll reflect on. But first, a brief break. We'll be back.
Before na so wahala with law enforcement agent.
Yes, so hey, NIA don upgrade the NID platform. Oh, now from your phone, you fit confirm your motor insurance certificate one time. Make sure say you no get wahala with our law enforcement agents dem. Just dial *565*11# one hand and follow the direction. E go show whether na fake or correct insurance you get. Oh, e no hard and na sharp. But you to make sure say you buy your motor insurance from only registered insurance company to avoid wahala. *565*11#. This message now from Nigerian Insurance Association, NIA.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Prospecting life insurance in financially challenging times is our focus this morning. And I have with me on the phone line Mr. Akinjide Orimolade, MD, CEO, Stanbic IBTC Insurance. We've got some messages that are coming in. And if you also want to join that, 08099120777. And you can give us a call on 09153877127. This one says, hello, Mr. Orimolade. Could you please explain what are the core life insurance products offered by Stanbic IBTC Life Assurance? Ahmed is sending that one in from Ikoyi. So, what products do you have under your company?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed. For Stanbic IBTC Insurance, we've been able to simplify, in terms of the product solution. We have products that addresses the corporate arms of the business, which is the compulsory group life insurance. What do I mean by compulsory group life insurance? Based on the Pensions Act of 2004, when you have more than 3 employees, definitely you are meant to cover them against the risk of death, which is a minimum of 3 times your total salary. That's for the group life. And then at the same time, to people that they take facility from the bank, there's what they call the credit life, because the bank themselves, when they advance those loans to you, they won't want to lose those loans as a result of death, as a result of loss of job,
right.
Permanent disability. So those are the ones under the corporate. Okay. Then under the retail, because we believe that, with the kind of population that we have, and then with the gap, with the solution that we know that we can offer, the insurance public, we have various types of retail products. The first one is the education endowment.
Okay.
Education endowment is just, to cater, in case if the breadwinner is no longer alive, in terms of the continuity of the education of your children.
Right.
And at the same time, too, if the person is able to survive the term, the person can, take all those benefits in terms of whatever the person has contributed, with the bonus that is involved, you understand?
Right.
And, with that, in terms of, yes, I have these savings that I've made over time. So you cannot deploy it. Maybe by that time, maybe your son or your daughter wants to go into the university, you have that bulk amount that you can use to be able to finance the education.
All right. So I'm sure that Ahmed and others can get more facts from your website, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So
I have some other messages.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
www.stanbicibtcinsurance.com.
Okay, then. There's one here that says, "Good morning, Victor and Mr. Orimolade. How exactly does life insurance assist in financial planning during economic downturns?" Chioma is sending that one in. Another one here says, "Hello, Traffic Radio. How does Stanbic IBTC insurance support policyholders like me who are facing financial setbacks?" Mecca is sending that one in from Agor Palace. All right. So, do you have any kind of CSR or are there ways you can assist people during these financially challenging times?
Okay. What I always advise people is that, in life, there are situations that, things are doing well for that particular person. So when you have the means, it's always good to take up insurance. And, there's some life insurance that you can take up. The education endowment that I mentioned, assuming maybe it's something that you have taken up in the past, you can always use it as a collateral for you to be able to even get a facility.
Like a loan, right?
Exactly, like a loan from the bank, And like I mentioned, to people that are retired, they can always, come to us for solution in terms of the guaranteed, which is the annuity policy that I mentioned, so that on a monthly basis, you can still get something which will be in form of as if you are getting salary throughout the rest of your life. Okay. But it's always good, you need to have an insurance policy in place, like I mentioned, education endowment that you can now use as collateral for you to be able to get a facility from the bank.
All right. Another question here says, "Good morning. I am curious to know how inflation and currency fluctuations impact life insurance policies." He didn't put his name, by the way. So does inflation affect it? If I pick up an insurance policy today, in the next 10 years, is it going to affect it?
Because you see, you can't separate what is happening within the economy, with a life insurance policy, and that's the reason why we tell people that you see, once you can notice that inflation is going up, because life insurance is all about benefits. There's nothing stopping you if my sum assured, I say my sum assured is 10 million today, and I'm buoyant enough, I have more money. Of course, I can increase it. I can make it to be 20 million so that it can help, it can cope, in terms of the inflationary effect. But the beauty about it is that you know that you are just making a compulsory saving, for the future.
Right. So who needs a life insurance policy?
Everybody, Mr. Cherry, including yourself. Everybody needs it. I can tell you that.
Okay.
A farmer needs it, the chairman of the company needs it.
Everyone needs it.
Everybody needs a life insurance because it gives peace of mind.
All right. So if there are so many life assurance products out there, so how do I know which one to buy?
Well, it's not for you to talk to us. I mean, based on the website I've given, www.stanbicibtcinsurance.com, because we want to know, because we're one of the insurance companies when it comes to even trying to know about the solution that we can give to our various clients. I will sit down with you. Are you just married? If you're just married, you know the kind of product that we can use to be able to meet your needs. Those that are about to have children, education endowment can be used to be able to meet their needs. Those that they want to get a mortgage, from the bank, can take up a mortgage protection for them to be able to do that. And then those that they have in-laws, parents that are old, not up to 75 years old. We can always have a funeral, which we call sunset benefit, to be able to address that particular
particular. All right. So I wish this can continue. There are lots of messages that are trickling in for you, but we have to round this off. So even as we do so, how is premium determined under our life insurance?
Sorry, Mr. Chair, I didn't hear that very well.
I said, how is premium determined under a life insurance policy?
Oh, okay, thanks. Well, I mean, in terms of determining of the premium for the life something, it's just for us to know the age. Once you know the age of the person and also the period that you want to do the insurance for, with that, you'll be able to calculate the premium.
All right.
But I always advise people that when you are young, take up insurance, life insurance, because when you are young, the premium is lower compared to people that are older.
All right. We have to terminate it at this point. Let me say a very big thank you to you, Akinjide Orimolade. Thank you so much for connecting with us this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Oteri. It's always my pleasure to be on your program, and you guys are making a lot of waves in the traffic, radio industry. Thank you so much.
All right, then. Nice connecting with you. So I've been speaking with the MD, CEO of Stanbic IBTC Insurance, and we've been reflecting on how best to prospect life insurance in financially challenging times. We have to go. The program has been produced by Mike James. I say a big thank you to Feyi Oyejobi in the studios as well. Benita also in the building. Not forgetting Soji Oni, who is a controller technical for the Nigerian Insurers Association. Okwaimi Shodunke, say big thank you to you. Same for Afe John. Our executive producer is Tayo Akole. My name is Victor Oteri. Have a splendid day. Bye.